Well, last month, New York State Assembly member Eric Stevenson was charged with taking a $22,000 bribe. Federal officials say his colleague in the Assembly wore a wire which helped lead them to Stevenson. When our Capitol Correspondent Pat Bailey caught up with Stevenson, he was concerned that he had already been presumed guilty in the court of public opinion, especially in his home district of the Bronx.
Are you innocent?
Yes, sir.
But travel to the Bronx and talk with the people who put Assemblyman Eric Stevenson in office, and they are not so sure. Were you shocked by what you heard?
Yes, because I voted for him.
Well, I think it's really messed up, man. I think he deserves to go to jail.
If he's guilty?
Yes, he is. If he is, yes, go to jail. Sir, do your time. It's like everybody else.
I just hope that he didn't do it. You know, for $25,000, it's not worth it.
In his defense, Assemblyman Stevenson said this.
I thought all Americans were presumably innocent. And we'll fight this in court, and I'll fight to be exonerated, and I'll fight for my innocence.
But there's another player in this alleged case of corruption, Assemblyman Nelson Castro, also of the Bronx.
He was wearing a wire to catch another guy. Do you feel like that was somewhat a good thing?
No.
In the U.S. Attorney's complaint against Assemblyman Eric Stevenson, it says former Assemblyman Nelson Castro had been wearing a wire while in Albany for 4 years. In his resignation letter, Castro said that he continues to work with the U.S. Attorney's office on this case and, quote, others. Assemblyman Castro was assisting the feds as part of a deal to escape his own perjury charges.
He cut a deal to get himself out of trouble.
Exactly. So that's why I said he's just thinking about himself. As long as he wasn't caught in the middle, that's all he cared about. It doesn't matter if he wore a wire or not. He still was in the wrong.
And that wrong stems back to 2009 when the original charges were made. So for 4 years, while the Fed sat on a sealed indictment, their informant collected his salary that you paid for, and he voted on key issues like gun control, all while running a successful re-election campaign. All of that is concerning to Castro's former colleagues in the Assembly.
It's a little troubling, though, that somebody went through at least one election and possibly two while being an FBI informant.
This individual was not a voice for the people. He was a voice for law enforcement.
You realize that every encounter you had with an individual and a colleague was being recorded. I think that's troubling to people.
In the Bronx, Pat Bailey, CBS 6 News.